So I've been gone a bit. Let's talk about it. So I think the last time I even uploaded was Yu Hakusho, and since then, Girl Power came out, Attack on Titan, spoilers have been coming out, the Godzilla set came out, which I did pull the alt art Godzilla and built a deck around. But also in between that, I kind of realized I didn't really understand how to play the game, build decks, all that. But I went and climbed the highest mountain, deep, deep, deep in what's that? Deep in the Himalayas. And there I found a monk, a wise man by the name of Sensei Ty. Sensei Ty from Tys House of Cards. Which I might put someone on the screen here. I don't know. He actually met up with me, taught me a bunch about the game, had a great time, whooped me a few times, a good amount of times. Has helped me learn how to build decks. It turns out I didn't know what I was doing. Crazy. But yeah, he put me through the ringer, and he's been great. Has helped me with a lot, and is actually the reason why I'm coming back to do all this. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot happen. Start a new job. I got a dog. She's sleeping. It's been busy a lot, and then spent a lot more time building decks, understanding the game. I did get to play against a few pretty good players, and for the most part, I actually held my own, which was really cool to see. But now I'm back and really ready to hunker down, get content going. I mean, there's a lot to cover, with Attack on Titan coming out. I mean, the Godzilla set's crazy. The Uraraka water, still good. But we'll get to that. So I kind of thought today maybe I would showcase the personal decks I'm using. Everything I have in paper, obviously. Anything that I'm probably switching out and changing. A lot of the stuff I built, which is what I have. I didn't really order many cards. It's pretty much been off of packs or trades, thanks to Sensei Ty, the wise one, the master, Sensei Ty. Sensei Ty has helped me elevate my game to the next level. Sensei Ty has been the one that guide. You can forget. You can forget the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, because now we're here for Cobra Kai. Sensei Ty. Yeah. Show off the masterpieces that he has helped me make and become mold into a warrior. Yeah. Let's do it, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So we got 3 decks today. We got a little fun action here. We got a little bit of that next day Wolfwood. Yeah, buddy. Well, on the fire symbol. Yeah, buddy. Come on. You shut up. We got a little bit of that younger girl on the deck symbol, courtesy of Sensei Ty. Sensei Ty kind of helped me craft that. Little fun fact right now. I can't see. But who needs to see when you got Sensei Ty guiding the way? You ever think about that? I've done that. And last but not least, as per se, early, we got Godzilla on the chaos symbol. Oh, little, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? You hit him with a little Godzilla, how you doing? Come on. A little spaghetti meatball, little chicken fry, what you doing? Come on. You should have known. I'm gonna show off my best ones. And it's those three. I'm working on a couple more. I'm working on them, Choco. Why? She actually kind of seems fun. That's it. No other reason. I know she just outperformed in what was it, regionals or some baloney. You know why she won? I wasn't bad. I wasn't bad. And then I'm working on a little Midoriya 5 on the y'all symbol. You know what I'm saying? A little card draw. How you doing? Let's do it, buddy. And I'm gonna show off my best one, my favorite one, my little former Magic player, red aggro playstyle. All that Nick Wolfwood on my fire symbol, buddy. How you doing? If you don't play aggro, what are you doing? You playing control? Get out of here. You play mid-range decks? Get out of here. You playing rampy style, bing bong, bonk hit 'em with a hammer type of deal? Get out of here. You go fast. You go hard. You play out of cards, heart of the cards, Exodia, buddy. How you doing? Oh, let's get to it. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to be showing this off on my very dirty mouse pad now that I'm looking at it. It's kind of gross, but good thing the cards are in sleeve. That's why we buy them. How you doing? Alright, so obviously we're starting with Mr. Wolfwood. Mr. Wolfwood is good. So if you don't know what he is, he is a 6-hander, 28 life. I'm building him on the fire symbol. He's also in the all-in-death symbols. I did see a build on him in the death symbol, utilizing stuff like tray size and all, and that's pretty cool, but we're aggro players here. We do it on the fire symbol. So, his enhanced, you mill one, and then your ranged or weapon attacks get plus 3 damage, which is important. So every attack in here is a ranged or weapon attack. So we're obviously going to always hit that. And then what's really neat is response. He has a response, and the cost is to discard momentum. But after your combat phase begins, draw 2 cards and gain 2 health. He's pretty much an 8-hander with 20 life. I mean, the whole point. I mean, we're going to be playing stuff from beginning momentum pretty easily. So, you know, it's going to be easy to have a full hand ready to just take out your opponent like turn 2, turn 3. Set him aside. So we're running 2 cremations. It's a really good action card. We get a couple uses of it. So obviously this is good to have in your hand turn 1. This is for the response. So let's say, it's your turn 1, your player 1, you play all your foundations, you have this opening hand, leave it in your opening hand. When it goes to your opponent's, turn 1, they gotta play all their foundations, yada yada yada. It has a response with lose 2 health. After your rival plays their 3rd non-attack card this combat phase, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Only 1 copy of this ability can be played per turn, which is fine. So your opponent's playing their foundations, response, lose 2 life, top card goes to your momentum, it goes back to your turn. You draw 3 cards, go to combat phase, response, discard your momentum, gain the 2 health back, and then draw 2 cards. So that in itself, really good when you're ready to start attacking. But also, it does have an enhance, which has come in handy a good bit for me. Because the one thing lacking in this deck is giving your stuff speed. So this is just a good thing to do. So it's enhanced, you lose a health, and this attack gets plus 3 speed. If your character's Dobby, your rival loses the health. We're not playing Dobby, obviously, so that second portion is pretty irrelevant, but the plus 3 speed can really come in handy. So now we're going to start with our first couple attacks, which obviously no surprise to anybody is a full playset of Twisting Azure Inferno. It's a 4 difficulty through 4 check, 4 speed mid, 4 damage, and it's a ranged attack, so obviously his enhance is going to go well, and this is where these two really start to shine. So the enhance is, if this attack's damage is 7 or greater for the rest of your turn, your checks get +1, and your rival's checks to play blocks get -1. So its damage has to be 7 or greater. It's at 4. It needs 3 more damage. If only someone with an enhance that gave it +3 damage would be really good for this. So obviously you play this, you mill 1 with Wolfwood, give it +3 damage. Use the enhance on this, all your checks get +1. This is such a good opener. All your checks get +1, and your opponent's checks to play blocks get -1. This is where you get to be really, really aggressive. And then it has a response on it. After you play an action, this attack gets +2 damage. So if you wanted to give it speed, you had another cremation hand, you play your action, bam, response, more damage. It's a heavy hitter. You put him in such a bad situation with that, especially if you play multiple. Oh my goodness. Our next set of attacks is going to be Flash Fire Fist, Hell Spider. This is a really good opener as well, or even if you play it as your second attack for the turn. It's 4 difficulty. Most of these attacks are 4 difficulty, I think, except for one that I'm running. Yeah. So 4 difficulty. It's 3 speed high for 6 damage. And it's enhanced, you mill 2, and then your attacks this turn get +1 speed, and then if you've cycled this game, your attacks this turn get +1 damage. So innately, this gives all your attacks you can play for the turn +1 speed, which is great. And then because we have a lot of self-mill going on, you're going to cycle eventually. So also getting that extra damage is just going to be really good. So, if you don't open up with a twisting, Inferno, this is really good to open up with. And just get some attacks out. Give them that speed buff. It is clutch. Next up, we have a good one, Burden Combo. So, Burden Combo is another ranged attack. 4 difficulty, 2 speed low, 4 damage. Enhance your rival checks against the 6. If they fail, this attack, and your next attack get +2 speed. So that is super, 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 super good. So you're doing a couple things with this, which I really like about it. I love this card. So making your opponent check against the 6. Think of it as like you're kind of knowing them hard they have to perform the check. And then if they say check a 3, check a 4, check a 5, whatever, you're making them commit foundations. So even if they pass the check by, committing down their foundations, you remove the card from their deck and then you've gone down on their resources off one attack. And if they decide to fail it, this attack and your next attack get +2 speed. So now they're going to be harder to block, especially if you have the Zor Inferno out, where their blocks get -1 to check. It is super, super fun, and it just hits so many good marks on what you want. Next up is a personal favorite attack of mine. I run 3 Merciful Volleys. So they're 2 speed lows, 4 damage, 4 difficulty. Ranged and weapon. Hey, it's both. It has the enhance of milling 2, and then this attack gets +X speed. X equals the highest difficulty on a card milled this way. So obviously I run a lot of 4 difficulty attacks. So getting +4 speed is great. Plus the 3 damage from Wolfwood, plus any speed bonuses from the other cards we play. Great. And then it also has a deadlock stun too. So obviously if your opponent is in deadlock, there are 10 more foundations. Being able to tap down 2 of them, commit 2 of them. Really, really good play. Love that card. And it gives itself speed, which not a lot of these attacks do per se. Or they're just low speed. So guess that's where we want them. Next up we have 3 ignited arrows. 2 speed high for 4 damage. Ranged and weapon attack, 4 difficulty. Enhance if this attack is blocked. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an attack. Add the discarded attack to your hand. So with this card, you're getting rid of the self-mill. That's all it really is. You're milling. But you put them in a position to, if you're playing a bunch of attacks, right, and they're not really respecting your attacks, or maybe they're getting some blocks in, taking half damage, whatever, you're putting them in a position of, do I block this and let them get another attack that can kill me? or do I take the damage? Right? Because I mean, we're gonna get up to 7 damage first enhance usually. So it's like, is it worth blocking, or do I take 7? You know, and I just like putting them in certain positions like that, especially when it's like your third attack you've played, fourth attack you've played, and they're at a point where it's like, they've probably got no cards in hands from playing blocks. Most of their most of their foundations are committed. I mixed the two and I made a word. Hey. All right. Next up, I run 2 Arctic Conflagrations. This card's actually a lot of fun to use. So hopefully, I mean, the goal is that we're playing a lot of attacks, we're getting a lot of momentum, we're using Wolfwood's response, but we need something to dip our momentum into. So this has an enhanced, this attack gains stun 2 or powerful 3. So what I really like about it, obviously, if we don't have momentum we want to use, stun 2. Make them take up their foundations. Or we're in a really good position, this might be the last attack we're playing, we have a bunch of momentum, they've got no cards in hand to block. We're in a powerful 3, get rid of all our momentum, give it 3, 6, 9, 12, however much damage, and go for lethal. So that's why I run 2 of them. I just feel like other than that, it's kind of a situational piece. And then I run 1 Punisher's Beam. This is a 5 difficulty, the only 5 difficulty I have. 4 speed high for 5 damage. It has enhanced mill 3 at 1 ranged or weapon card milled this way to your momentum. And then the other enhance, if this attack deals damage, destroy 1 rival foundation. And it also has Breaker 1, so we can also play it as a block. I mean, it has a 2 difficulty, which isn't horrendous on blocks. I mean, I think I only really run it just because I didn't have another of the, what was it, Merciful Volleys, and I was like, this will probably work. I mean, it's put in some work for me in games, and 1 of feels like a good place to keep it. Now to foundations. We run 4 1-man Infernos. We're milling 1, our opponent's milling 1. Just kind of gets us going with the cycle. And gets our opponent down some cards. We're going to run 4 quick to acts. If our enhances, if our current health is less than half our maximum health, it gets +1 speed. So if we're at 13 life, we're going to get +1 speed. It's just good to use. Key one to have in your opening hand, 4 fastest flames. First enhance, flip it, your fire attack gets +2 speed. One of the very few ways we're getting speed on our attacks consistently. We're then running 4 press conferences, enhance, flip, reveal 1 attack in your hand. If the next attack you try to play this turn has the same name as the revealed attack, it gets -1 difficulty. It's going to make our attack strings really pop off, especially, we have Twisting Azure Inferno, we're getting +1 to our checks, we're getting pretty high in progressive difficulty, just might as well help it out. I run 2 Frightening Palms, Destroy Foundation, this attack getting stun 1. Just a good way to keep your opponent's foundations committed, keep them from messing with your stuff. I run 3 Defying Fates, commit this attack, it's -2 speed. Just some speed hate, little defensive piece against our opponents. We're going to run 4 Activating Hoods. We can't use the villain enhance if you're playing Wolfwood, not Dobby, or any villain. It has enhanced mill 1, your rival checks against the 6. If they fail, commit this card, and this attack gets +2 damage. So we get a mill 1 for the cost, but we're also making your opponent check a 6. It's the same as the burn combos, you're pseudo milling your opponent and getting their foundations down. Otherwise, beat benefit. Alright, I run 4 Cenodals. If the top card you discard pile is an attack, this attack gets +1 speed or +1 damage. With how much we're milling, we're probably putting an attack up there. I mean, just a mill 1 here or there, mill 1, on other cards. chances are we're probably going to hit it. Right. And then I run a playset of coping with number 1. Commit if an attack has dealt damage this turn, draw one card. Just a good way to keep our hands kind of full and continually drawing cards into attacks. I run 2 number 4 pro heroes. It has a response that after you review this card, if you have 2 or more foundations, build it face down. Only 1 copy of this ability can be played this turn. That's good, but also use the enhance, add this card to your hand. Your rival's attack gets -2 speed. So, what I like to do is when it's my opponent's turn to attack, if I have this out, I can give it -2 speed. I can use it to block if I want, or when it goes back to my turn, I can review it and then build it face down. So then I'm not down a foundation per se, and it just does a little bit of everything I need. A little defensive piece, which is great to have. And then I run 2 the new number 1s. Cannot be sealed, which is good. And then enhance, commit, return this attack to its printed speed. This attack gets +1 or -1 speed. So if your opponent managed to get your speed all the way down, return it to its printed speed, keep it +1 speed. Just a good way to keep your attacks going smoothly, keep them safe from being messed with too hard when you are an aggro player and you against a control deck. It can go either way. But yeah, that is the Wolfwood deck. This is probably my favorite deck to play. I just love the aggro playstyle. I've won a good bit of games against Sensei Ty. I've met up with some more like pro level players and I played this deck against them and I've done pretty well. Other than that, I'll probably cover the next couple decks, but we shall see. So that was my Wolfwood deck. I don't know if I mentioned it, I probably did, but the Twisting Azord Infernos and the Cremations were courtesy via trade of the Sensei Ty. Big props to him. He's been a great mentor for the game, great friend, great person to play with, good vibes, man. I can't thank him enough for really helping me understand the game, learn how to build decks, and really give me that sense of enjoyment. Because he plays some pretty strong decks too, man, and it's fun to go against. So when I get to whip out that, it's so much fun. We always have a good time. Nothing but thanks for him. But I figured this would be just a short video back. It's been a while. And I think next I'm going to cover my Godzilla deck. It's built around the Chaos symbol. That has been a lot of fun for me to play also. I just love that playstyle, but aggro, Wolfwood, it's beautiful. It's nice. But anyways, that's it from me. Really ready to get back into this. Little quick thing. I'm actually helping out my local game store get universes going because there's no one around me that really does universes. And he's a small store and he wants people to come in. So we're actually going to be hosting a Attack on Titan demo deck day, learn to play universes that I'm going to be help hosting, which is a huge deal. So I'll probably be busy with that, but I really want to keep it updated. Maybe get some recording done on that, see how it's going, have a good time, Anyways, peace, love. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, brunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, second breakfast, tea time. Take care.